Hello, it's Meg. I'm gonna do the hashtag show us your decks, the art angel at feeding my soul 1212. I've been watching a lot of these and I'm in the middle of watching one. I filmed this yesterday, but I did that thing that I do that's really annoying to me and perhaps to you as well, where I don't write down the prompts and pick decks beforehand. I will just pick whatever's around me. And all of the decks are kind of around right now because I'm doing a little reshuffle. But I was trying to like edit it because I did have to get up at certain points, and then it was so annoying. So I'm just gonna refilm it, which is often the case. Okay, so the first prompt is a deck you want to use, but for whatever reason hasn't seen any playtime on your desk. And for this one, I picked the Telos Tarot. Yeah, no reason except that I have felt, I suppose, that I want to give it a lot of attention, or I like feel like I need a certain amount of brain power that I don't have right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's beautiful, and I backed it on Kickstarter, I think. I don't remember. Yes? I got it at the same time that Kickstarters were happening. I might have like pre-ordered it after or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's really beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to, in like, 2 to 3 years, having enough brain power to use it the way that I feel like I want to. But yeah, that's pretty much the only reason. I don't know, and maybe that's like a cop-out or something. Like I was using the Mary L recently for daily draws with an oracle, and I don't know, there's something about this. I still want to do that, I guess. And this is one of those decks, and Mary L was like that too, where it's like, I will not be pairing this deck for a bit. I had Mary L for, I don't know, over a decade or something, or I don't know how long, maybe that long, and didn't pair it until now. And yeah, so I don't know. It doesn't really like fit in with like the things that I want to be doing or am capable of doing with tarot right now, but I really love it. And that could change, that could change tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so the 12th deck from the right on your tarot shelf. I am the lucky new haver of some tarot shelves for Mother's Day. The person I live with, my roommate, bestie, he built some of these tiered shelves for me, and so I could just go and grab that. And it was the UFO tarot. I got this in like 2019, I think, on a Ukrainian Etsy shop. I was searching for this deck, and I don't know if that means like, I don't know, it's like in a box, it's normal, it's, it doesn't seem like a knockoff to me. It's just like it's just kind of different, I guess. Anyway, I really love this deck. It's fun. I think it's fun that it's like a UFO deck that's not like star-seedy. It's like a comic book. I like comic books. I used to be a really annoying literary snob back in the day, and I think that's fun. But I also think that it's super lame, and limiting to be so annoying. But anyway, I also I like discovered, after stopping that behavior, that there's a lot of other things that I like too. And comic books are one of them. I think comic books are so cool. I love graphic novels. But only good one. If there's any recs, let me know. Because right now it really feels like that's the narrative extent that my mind can handle, I can't really, I need that. But this gives me that. I also grabbed as like a little bonus the deck that was right next to it, which I also bought at the same time, that is sort of the same to me and my favorite, I think. I don't know, it's hard to say. We all love a vampire deck, but this is one of my favorite vampire decks. And I don't remember what it's called. But it has the same sort of feeling. And this one reminds me of, I took a vampire class in college when I went back to college in my late 20s. And it was vampire folklore. It was like Slavic folklore and vampires. It was from folklore to Hollywood. So we were learning about like the folkloric vampire, the literary vampire, and it was awesome. It was actually like a Russian language course, but not. And we had to read a bunch of vampire books, and this reminds me of one of the novels that we had to read. Just like the sort of like really urban, like literary vampire tale that I feel like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of them are not super urban like this. Well, that's not true. We got like Blade and shit like that. There's a bunch. Never mind. But this is a little bonus deck to be discussed. I just like it, you know? What's the next prompt? Let me get my list back up here. A deck you are thinking about rehoming. A deck I'm constantly thinking about rehoming and will be until it's rehomed is the Deleted World Tarot. So far, no takers. The box was beautiful. I backed it on Kickstarter. It took so long for it to come. And I was like, when it was, I don't know, man, like sometime during like the fulfillment process, I was like, why did I back that deck? I was like, oh no. I just don't like it. It's like a little too cluttered for me. I don't know. I like collage decks too. So it's not like I can't handle that. And some of them I find to be really corny. It's like a little chaos magic-y to me, which I just don't. I feel like chaos magic needs a rebrand. like I feel like it could be really cool and like brought into now, but I just feel like, I think I saw like a reel or something like that. I don't even have it. It must have been, I'm even like on social media right now, but like it was impactful, and it was like 2000s PlayStation 2 commercials or something. And like, that's the vibe. It's like really cyberpunk, like something like that. This is just not it. I just don't, I don't know. I don't like it. So let me know if you are interested. Okay. A deck you don't store in its original box and why? Let me grab it. I have tons of those, but this one, I don't know, was just sort of on the top, and a lot of the other ones are in a box in a bag, or because this is like, I'm reorganizing some things and I have a crate full of decks and bags, and the rest are sort of like they came in a bag, or they were intentionally, or they're like in a box in a bag. Anyway, this is the Saki, the first one. I got this in a trade sometime several months ago. Yeah, and I traded it for a deck that this person wanted, and I was like, it was like their like holy grail deck, and I was like, yes, I have it. I don't care about it. Let's see what's up. And I don't care about this deck either, actually. And this is the older one that has like no heads, which I think is the preference, like if I was going to use this deck. But the main reason that I did it was because I have a friend who is a really talented tarot reader, and the only tarot deck that they own and that they use is this one, and it's quite worn. And so I got this for them if they ever, you know, want to replace their deck or whatever, I have it for them. And maybe they'll never want it. Maybe like when that deck is done, they'll just want to move on to like a new one. I don't know. But I just don't, I think that there was like a time like several years ago that I was really interested in this deck. It kind of reminds me of the Phantasmagoric Theater, which I haven't, I guess, prefer to just sort of the, how I always say it, like the Nickelodeon 90s like art style or something. But maybe there's something like more abstract about this. I don't know. I just don't really like it. It's okay. But it's not for me, so like literally. Oh goodness, I did the thing where it took too long and then my screen went away. A deck with more or less than 78 cards. So easy. Easy peasy. I picked the Bon Sequitur Tarot. I just got this one recently. And this one has 2 extra cards. And it has 2 strength cards. Let's find them. Let us find them. One is courage and one is fortitude. And I think it's really beautiful. Here's courage. So, I don't know. I already did a pairing video with this deck. 2 of them, actually. Ooh. Here we go. This could also fall under the deck that doesn't have an animal besides a lion and the strength card, but the other one did. So there's that one. And I feel like I had a lot to say about this deck when I was filming this last night, but I don't really know what I was like rambling on about. Here's an extra card, the Labyrinth. And here's the other one, which I love so, so much. Absolutely beautiful. Looks like they're all getting messed up, going every which way. So I haven't really used it yet. I don't plan to, because I don't feel the need using other decks right now. But it did give me a card that was very meaningful. I have a fondness for it already. A deck with a cloud on the box. I think pass on this one. I simply cannot be bothered to find one. That one doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of one. They're kind of like in a big bin, like not on a shelf. So it's like kind of hard to just like look and see. And I can't think of one. I thought of one, but I was like, oh, that's water. So never mind. A deck you've never shown on your channel. I think that is, where did it go? I think Tongues of the Mother. I don't know if I've shown this. The thing is I don't really show like decks. I don't really like make a lot of VRs and put them up publicly anymore. I'm just doing it lately because I want to. But so there's tons, but I think that this is one that I don't really show anyway. So this is a beautiful like Pippish deck. And I love the simplicity, but like the intensity, and then the like silver accents, and it has really beautiful like matte silver gilding. And then there's these like few cards that just really, that is so good. This one is amazing to me. I love the circles. I'll show you. sorry. The cardstock is like really, it's so nice. It's like rose petal-y. And I feel like it's like a cardstock that like 3 years ago I would have been like, I can't stand it, I hate it. But it's so nice. This one, look at this. Are you kidding me? Like, so beautiful. And then I think those ones are my favorite cards. I mean, I just like the pips in general, but the ones that have that depiction. Look at this. Is amazing. Oh, there's another, the Lovers card I also simply adore so much. I like birds, lovebirds are something that's like really important to me in, and that's what the Lovers card is. I love it so much. Here we go. Like, so yeah, I don't think I've shown this on my channel. I think I have probably like when I got it in other videos, like in At Presents and stuff like that. But there it is. So beautiful. What's the next one? Deck you've never shown on your channel. A deck with a strength card, not a lion. I like had the same reaction last night when I was trying to do this as I did to like the cloud situation. I was like, I cannot think like I'm not gonna go fine. I can't do that. Which is why I put off doing this tag for so long. But then while I was doing that, I was being annoying. I like randomly picked up the colorful Tears Tarot because I had a hunch, and here's the strength card, and there's a snake and people with bat wings, and I was like, that's not a lion. So there we go. Easy. And I love this deck. It's really cool. I really love Rebecca's art style a lot. There's something about it for me. I think I have all of her decks now. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, a deck that comes in a box inside of a box. So, very funny. I was halfway through Sasha's video when I was like, I should refilm mine because I do want to put it up, and it's just absolutely obnoxious to me. And for this prompt, she was showing the System Oracle, and very funny because I was talking about, I mean, not funny, whatever. I was talking about that deck in my other video that I was filming last night. And I was talking about how much I don't like it. Like, I think every time I end up taking that deck out, I get so annoyed with, like, the box inside of a box that it makes me, like it even less. And there's another deck like that, too. I just despise it. This is the Pomo Tarot, though. Moving on. And this is more, so it's like a, kind of gross in there. It's a sleeve. See what I'm saying? Look at that. It's a sleeve. But it's still a box. You know, it has that vibe. And here's a box that's inside of that box. But this is more acceptable to me because it's a sleeve. It just makes more sense. Like, I don't know. It's more useful. Just obnoxious how boxes have been. But this deck is really cool. I shall show it to you. Cardstock is funky and thin. We have the Idiot, the Expert, Mona, Mom, Dad, Mr. Religion. We have to do all of those. Wow. Sweetness and Starlight. Money, Bills. Money Girl, Money Boy, Money Woman, Money Man. And there's bottles, and TVs. TV girl. TV woman. Look at that. Guns are the next. I love Gun Boy. Gun Boy. Crazy. Okay. Anyway, that's my... Sorry, my straw. My water. Messed up. Okay. That's that one. I gotta put it back in this box now. And that's annoying. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Because the cardstock's so, like, thin and flimsy. But it's really hard to get it back in. But I just want to keep it in there because, like, there's nothing wrong with the box except for it's just, like, a little tough. Oh my gosh. It's so hard. I'm trying to do that little trick. Okay. There, we did it. And then, ooh, back in another box. Like, come on. Too many barriers of entry. I'm too overstimulated as it is. Okay. A deck that would not appear in your top 10 favorites. Okay, so this is... I think there's a lot of those. I have a lot of decks that would not because I have a lot of decks, you know? And it's not that I dislike the deck because I like all my decks. Oracle might be a different story. I feel like there's some Oracle decks where I'm like, oh, I don't know. But as far as tarot goes, there's pretty... I mean, that's not true. I'm like looking at two decks where I'm like, nah. But I picked, yesterday, I picked Star Power and Mars Power. Well, I just picked this one. I have these two decks. Here they are. And I like them, like, well enough, but I just don't think that they would ever... I mean, I suppose that's not necessarily true. Like, I would just have to have some interaction with them that I have not had yet. And I don't foresee happening either. But I think they're really cool. And I do like them. Star Power I had before and I gave it away as a gift to a friend whose art style was sort of similar. But I think, you know, hers is actually better. And ended up getting another copy at some point. But I just don't think that... I feel like I'm pretty consistent with, like, my top favorite. Like, if you watch any of my old, like, you know, only 10 decks or, like, top favorite deck videos, a lot of them are, like, at least half of them would still probably be on my top deck video, I think. Like, that'd be an interesting thing to revisit, actually. Or if I watch them and be like, yeah, those are amazing, like, top 10. And I think the thing that changes is that, like, one gets new decks, you know? Like, the Sacred Rose is a deck that I really love, and, you know, it didn't have when I was making those videos. And the Sistine didn't exist, you know, like, things like that. So maybe it's like, this did exist in my collection then and didn't make the list, kind of thing. I don't know. It's an interesting question. It kind of reminds me of the tag that, you know, like decks one could get rid of, kind of thing. Oh, a deck that is green, in my mind. A deck you associate with the color green. The Talos Tarot is definitely a green deck to me. Another green deck is Tarot of the Holy Light. There's a lot of blues, but I feel like it's pretty green. What do you guys think? Also separated into majors only and in order for a reason. I don't know. I just think it's a green deck. Like, when I was, you know, looking through, I was like, yeah, that's green. There's definitely some other ones too. Yeah, right? Green. Don't let the blue backs fool you. It's a green deck. the other one too that came to mind right away, and this one's like kind of, I don't know, it's the Goddess of Love tarot, and I know it's like really red, I guess, pink and red, but to me it's really green. Maybe it's like the opposite color wheel, green and red, but I think really what it is Venus. But I just think about the color green, even though it is not very present. It is in some of the suits though. Okay. A secondhand, pre-loved, pre-owned, or thrifted deck. I have a lot of those. The postmodern tarot, the sake, I mean, secondhand trade stuff. But I guess I picked the Sacred Rose for this. I don't know if this counts. It's like, I didn't thrift it. I didn't buy it secondhand. It was a gift, but it is like a vintage copy. It is secondhand in that sense that it's been owned by like other people. I think my dog's, can you hear my dog? She's being taken on a walk. She's so stoked. She's always like that every day. But yeah, I love this deck, and it's, I'm not the first person to own it. So I picked that one. It's the Sacred Rose Tarot, and it's one of my favorite decks this year, and part of last year, I guess, too. I can't think of another one. What was another one? Oh, a deck with water on the box. That's a few from now. I was like, wait, I wanted to show this one. A deck in your collection with the most used guidebook. I don't know. It would probably be an Oracle deck, but I'm only doing tarot for this because it just feels like easier. Back in the day, I used to use the Tarot de St. Croix. I said that really weird. Guidebook all the time. I have a second copy of it, and I actually got rid of this deck for a while, but kept the second guidebook. And we just, I don't know, I just like liked it and used it, but I got the deck back. I actually got it back from the person that I gave it to. So it's still the same copy. A deck with water on the box. The Abyssal Tarot, because they're underwater. Here it is. Underwater. So watery. What a really cool deck. Like, truly. I never use it. It's like incredible. It's so beautiful. But what would I pair it with? Probably, the bubble color deck that I have, the Oracle. That might be fun. Kind of kooky. A little kooky pairing. Or the roses. Just like the straight up rose alchemy deck. That could be cool. A deck with your most favorite card ever and why. I picked the Dang Olsen. So like, there's no way I can choose. Like, I absolutely, hold on. I went on a whole tangent. I'm going to do it again. Like the Robin Wood. I just got this deck not that long ago, and I'm like obsessed with the images. When I got the Key Tarot Love deck, I cried when I saw the star card, you know, like there's so many cards. I love this Eight of Wands so much. I think it's more like there's tons of decks that have so many cards that I just think are so beautiful. Look at this. There's just like a few. I really like the Queens in this deck a lot. The Two of Pentacles is like, I love this guy, he's so cute. I really need to show you, like, look at her. Come on. This queen. Yes, queen. I just love the, like, is this colored pencil? This is crazy. I just think it's so pretty. So there's like a lot of decks like this, you know. I definitely like Aquamarine. There's just like a lot of decks that when I Daydreaming C2 has like one of my favorite like Empress cards. Look at this. Look at that guy. Look at the little guy. Anyway, I just love it. So there's a lot, but I picked the Dang Olsen Dream Tarot for the court cards because when I got that deck, I was like, what is going on? It's like not going back in the box. I don't know. I mean, like the Windrose or Tarot, I really love like a lot of the depictions in this deck too. I think they're really smart. What else? I mean, there's just so many. There's so many, for sure. But anyway, we're moving back to this. I hope I didn't shuffle them in because I just did this yesterday. No, I didn't. Awesome. Okay. So we got the Goofs and the Seekers and the Devotees and then the Masters. Okay. And look, they're in order. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is what happens when you like plan ahead. Everything's just so easy. And I did it by accident because I was just filming this yesterday. So I don't know. It was just something about the Seeker, Devotee, Master specifically, but also like the Goof, you know, like depictions of these court cards that I don't know, just sort of like flipped something in my brain and made me like appreciate the court cards more. And I mean, just something about this deck in general. Like, I just feel like what I've always said is just like, it's the most tarot. Like, it really is just like this, like, sort of like, it's deceptively like esoteric or something. And it's like, it's like simplified in a way that I understand it so well. And I love it. I think the Pentacles and the Cups are my favorite. I think the Wands are my least favorite. But yeah, I just don't like the goofy faces on the Wands ones. The Master of Swords is so good. Like, dude. But yes, the water, the cups. It's perfect. So those are some of my favorites. And what a fun, cool tag. I'm glad that I did it, which prepared me to do it again and do it properly. And I'm glad that I was watching, I'm glad that Sasha uploaded her video right at the beginning of nap time. So I would feel inspired to attempt to do it again. Glad it all worked out. I'm excited to watch more of the videos too. And more tags. I feel like there's been a lot of fun tags lately. And that's, I don't know. I guess that's always like pretty true. Anyway, bye.